If your PC feels slower than it should, or if you want to squeeze out as much FPS as possible in games, especially with big games like GTA 6 coming soon, then these NVIDIA settings are definitely worth checking. Because when a game like GTA 6 drops, everybody is going to want the smoothest performance possible. And if your NVIDIA control panel isn't set up properly, you could be leaving free FPS on the table without even realizing it. So in this video, I'm going to show you the best NVIDIA control panel settings for FPS boost and optimization. And I'll also quickly explain what each one does so you know why we're changing it. Let's get into it. First, go to your desktop, right-click, and open NVIDIA Control Panel. Once it opens, look over to the left side and click Adjust Image Settings with Preview. You might have a different option selected here, but what you want to do is choose Use the Advanced 3D Image Settings. This is important because it gives us full control over the settings instead of letting NVIDIA handle everything automatically in the background. After that, go into Manage 3D Settings. This is where all the important settings are, and this is the part that can actually make a difference when it comes to performance, FPS, and input delay. So just follow along with me and copy the same settings one by one. Let's start with image sharpening and set it to off. This setting can make the image look a bit sharper, but it also adds extra load to the GPU. Since we're trying to get the best performance possible, especially for heavier games, it's better to keep it off. Next, set ambient occlusion to off. This adds extra shadow effects around objects and corners in games. It can make things look a little nicer visually, but it also costs performance. So if your focus is FPS, you don't really need it. Set anisotropic filtering to application controlled. This basically lets the game handle the setting instead of forcing it globally through NVIDIA, which is usually the better option. Then set anti-aliasing FXAA to off. FXAA is there to smooth out jagged edges, but it can also make the image look blurry, and if your goal is cleaner performance and more FPS, it's better turned off. Set anti-aliasing gamma correction to off as well. This is mostly another visual quality setting, so for an optimization setup, we don't really need it. Set anti-aliasing mode to off. Again, this is all about not forcing extra anti-aliasing features that can lower performance for very little benefit. Now set background application max frame rate to off. This controls the frame rate of applications running in the background. It doesn't really help us here, so we can leave it off. For CUDA GPUs, select all. This makes sure your graphics card can use all available GPU resources, which is exactly what we want. For CUDA SysMem fallback policy, leave it on driver default. This one is a bit more technical, but in general, default is the safest and best option here. Now one of the most important settings here, low latency mode. Set this to ultra. This helps reduce input delay and can make your game feel much more responsive, especially in competitive games where every little bit matters. Set max frame rate to off. If you enable this, NVIDIA will cap your FPS, and since we're trying to get the highest FPS possible, we don't want any frame limit here. Set multi-frame sampled AA to off. This is another feature that improves image quality, but for pure performance and FPS, we don't need it. Set OpenGL GDI compatibility to auto. This setting doesn't really affect gaming performance much, so auto is perfectly fine. For OpenGL rendering GPU, make sure your actual graphics card is selected here. This is important because you want NVIDIA using your dedicated GPU for rendering, not accidentally choosing the wrong device. Now go down to power management mode and set it to prefer maximum performance. This is a big one. By default, NVIDIA can sometimes lower power usage depending on the workload, but that can also mean lower clock speeds in certain situations. Setting this to maximum performance tells the GPU to stay focused on speed instead of power saving. Set shader cache size to driver default. Shader cache helps games load and run a little smoother by storing certain shader data. And in most cases, leaving this on default is the best move. Now let's move into the texture filtering settings because these are also important for performance. Set texture filtering anisotropic sample optimization to on. This can help performance a little by reducing some of the filtering workload. Set texture filtering negative LOD bias to allow. Set texture filtering quality to high performance. This is another important one because it tells NVIDIA to prioritize FPS and performance over image quality. Set texture filtering trilinear optimization to off. Set threaded optimization to on. This can help the driver make better use of your CPU in supported games and improve overall smoothness. Set triple buffering to off. This is usually tied more to VSync and can add a bit of delay, so for a lower latency setup, we don't need it. Set vertical sync to off. VSync can help with screen tearing, but it also adds input lag and can limit FPS, so if your goal is the best performance possible, it's better turned off. Set virtual reality pre-rendered frames to 1. Even if you don't use VR, if this setting appears in your control panel, 1 is the best option. Set virtual reality variable rate super sampling to off. This is more of a VR image quality feature, so we can leave it off. And finally, set Vulkan/OpenGL present method to auto. Once you've done all of that, click apply and save the settings. And after that, there's one last thing you should always do. Open the NVIDIA app and make sure your graphics driver is fully up to date. A lot of people do all the optimization settings but forget about the driver. And that's a mistake, because new drivers can improve performance, fix bugs, improve stability, and sometimes even give you better optimization for newly released games. So if you're planning to play something demanding now, or even something huge like GTA 6 when it comes out, having the latest driver is going to matter. So yeah, if you want the best performance possible, lower input delay, smoother gameplay, and a better chance of getting more FPS out of your system, these are some of the best NVIDIA Control Panel settings you can use. Of course, the exact results will depend on your hardware and the games you play, but this is a really solid base setup if you want your GPU focused on performance instead of unnecessary visual effects. If this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more FPS boost and optimization videos, and I'll see you in the next one.